First shot, good strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first inaugural Antler Demo Day. I really appreciate you all being here. My name is Tyler Norwood. I will be your host and MC for the evening. I'm very, very excited to be up here. I'm very excited for you guys to see what's going to happen on this stage tonight. But first, I want to introduce our host. He's the head of Google Cloud Startup for APAC. Him and his team have been working tirelessly for the past few months along with us to make tonight possible and to make it the best demo day in Antler history. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the stage Mr. John Fitzpatrick.
Thanks, Tyler. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming. This is a really exciting way to start the year, having the Singapore startup ecosystem in the room today. So thank you all for coming. It really is our pleasure to be the host of the first ever Antler Demo Day. So by way of introduction, my name is John Fitzpatrick. I am actually the head of the startup ecosystem for Google Cloud, which is a division of Google. We actually have multiple startup teams within Google. We have a DevRel ecosystem team that runs Launchpad, one of our own accelerator program. We run a number of other initiatives, including with Found here in Singapore and a number of different partners around Asia. We always endeavor to support the startup ecosystem. And in fact, this event wouldn't have happened without the support of 60 Googlers who raised their hands and said, I want to help support this event today. So can we give a round of applause to those Googlers that helped? Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate that. So Googlers are pitching in. We want to be part of the startup ecosystem. Our DNA is in innovation as well, okay? And without innovators, Google, without that innovation ecosystem, Google would not be what it is, right? So we really feel like we're a part of this. We want to support this. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, UC. Thank you, Magnus. And I want to acknowledge Peter Ong for being here today as well from Enterprise Singapore. Again, all of us, everyone in this room is an instrumental part of creating this ecosystem and making it what it is today. So thank you for all for playing a part in that. The startup program that I run, we grew it by 10 times in the last year, right? We support over 10,000 startups globally now with the Google Cloud Startup Program. If you work with startups and your startups are not participating in that or taking advantage of that, please come see me at some point this evening. I'll be around. Approach me. We are open to working with all startups, anything from 2 engineers with an idea all the way up to Series A. We offer credits up to $100,000 for Google Cloud, plus other types of support and path funding within Google, which I know personally from experience, Google can be a very complicated beast to navigate. So I want to be your Sherpa into Google and help you with that. So thanks again for this opportunity, and let's enjoy Demo Day. Thanks again.
Hey, thank you so much, John. And again, thank you so much for your team helping out to make
here
tonight
again.
possible.
Sammy, nice to see you.
Looks like we have some extra feedback. All right, I didn't promise tonight wouldn't be without its hiccups. Ladies and gentlemen, the next person I'd like to introduce you to is Mr. Peter Ohm, Chairman of Enterprise Singapore and a Senior Advisor for the Ministry of Industry and Trade. Enterprise Singapore is a government agency right here which helps to develop enterprise in Singapore, most specifically by building a rich and vibrant startup ecosystem. Antler wouldn't be here without the support of ESG, and they are a huge player in making everything that you see tonight, all of the companies, as well as all the companies that aren't here tonight, possible. Help me to welcome Mr. Peter Ohm to the stage.
Good afternoon. So good to see so many of you. I'm told that there are many others in the overflow room. Magnus, where are you? Magnus is out there. Josie, where are you? Somewhere out there. I think I saw the Danish ambassador, Ambassador Anita. Where are you? Somewhere here. Oh, Norway, sorry, yes. Norwegian. Well, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here to join you on the first demo day of Antler. I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to the entire Antler team and your portfolio of companies for achieving this very significant milestone. I believe that you've all benefited greatly through this journey over the last few months. People form the key component of any startup ecosystem. There can be many aspiring entrepreneurs, but it takes the right ingredients to groom quality ones who can create innovative yet practical solutions that can create impact. This is why Enterprise Singapore was very happy to welcome Antler as a partner for our flagship initiative, which we call Startup SG. Partners such as Antler enable us to find the right entrepreneur with ambition, match them with suitable co-founders, provide funding, connect them to mentors and experts who can help them speed up the whole process of ideation and commercialization. As the agency responsible for growing Singapore as a hub for startups, we are very happy to partner with Antler to groom many more promising entrepreneurs. But how does an entrepreneur even begin? I think there is only one keyword. That is focus, focus, and focus. If you recall, Magnus's first welcome words on the first day of the program, he drove home the message that to succeed, you will need laser focus on your business, almost to the point of obsession. I can't agree more. It is extremely important to stay focused on what you set out to do, but also essential to retain that level of agility to pivot and adjust. 62 high-caliber entrepreneurs with such drive and focus were handpicked by Antler to participate in this very rigorous program, resulting in the births of some 13 startups today. In Antler's inaugural Startup Generator program in Singapore, we've witnessed some early results in a very short time frame. For example, Sampingan, a platform that offers an on-demand sales force for growing companies, has raised $500,000 from Golden Gate Ventures after securing a pre-seed round of $100,000 from Antler. Cognizant, a technology and teleoperator service provider that resolves reliability issues for robotic systems, recently secured a global contract with Savigio, a Silicon Valley-based robotics firm. I'm confident that Antler will continue to push its startups to greater heights in 2019 as it expands its global reach. Over the past decade, Enterprise Singapore has actively developed the startup ecosystem in Singapore. We set out to create a conducive environment that is open to innovation and has the right resources to support the growth of these startups. Having invested much time attracting and engaging accelerators, incubators, and research institutions, we now house a strong community of over 100 global startup enablers and 150 venture capitalists. To the new startups in our midst, my encouragement to you is sink your roots here in Singapore and blossom in overseas markets. Earlier, and as a result of the experience of this program, many of you have experienced firsthand the benefits of operating and forming multinational teams. Each member of your team coming from different countries and culture brought unique experiences, networks, and intimate knowledge of their own ecosystem to the table. I'm deeply encouraged to hear that founders with the ambition to build global businesses, such as Sampingan, with founders from Indonesia, and Cognizant, with founders from the US and India, have chosen Singapore as the starting point of their ventures. So, welcome to this ecosystem we call Singapore. Beyond the availability of assistance programs, startups can also tap on the closely knit startup community in Singapore to co-innovate, test-bed new technologies, and gain new sources of funding. For example, AustriaNova, a biotech company that develops, manufactures, and tests biomedical-grade encapsulated cell products, has a co-development agreement with L'Oréal to explore introducing a product into the market under one of the L'Oreal brands. Structal, a dental 3D printing solutions provider, partnered with PBA to deliver an automated solution to Amco, a US-based orthodontics company, and has completed the development of a multi-machine factory solution system. Some of our valued startup SG partners are in the audience today. They can also help you, the startups, with that next step. To us in Singapore, startups need to be what we term as born global. Solutions that are not very scalable will not go very far. But to be globally relevant, innovation and internationalization need to be seen together in one breath. Startups based in Singapore not only get to make use of the resources available here, they can leverage Singapore as an entry point into Southeast Asia, given our connectivity to the region. We have also been building regional and global partnerships to make it easier for startups to access market opportunities and partners. Through the Global Innovation Alliance initiative, Enterprise Singapore has developed networks with global innovation hubs. Some of these cities include Beijing, Bangkok, Tokyo, Paris, Berlin, and Munich. With the support of our partners, we are committed to building Singapore as a leading startup hub and gateway to Asia. Let me conclude by wishing all the portfolio startups that will be pitching on stage this evening the very best in your ventures. I look forward to seeing more outstanding entrepreneurs and startups being born here in Singapore, but growing globally. Thank you very much.
That stage light, go and shine on down.
Right. Thank you so much, Peter, for those kind words. And as Antler continues to grow and expand as a global company, we're very excited and happy to call Singapore our home. Next up, I want to introduce you all to someone that most of you probably know, the most recognizable Norwegian in all of Singapore, our founder and CEO, Mr. Magnus Grimland.
Stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds, but I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the first Antler Demo Day. Very happy that you're all here. I think we have about 300 people here, then 200 people in an overflow room over there. Hello to you as well, welcome. And there's a few people still having drinks outside, so you'll have to talk to the startups later. But thank you so much for coming. We have people from the US, we have people from Europe, we have people flying in from all of Asia. We even have a couple of people coming in from Mexico. So it's a diverse crowd there who's coming to see the startups later. We in Antler, we're all in the business of enabling great founders. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to start with a very simple question. When is the best time to start a business in all time? If you look backwards, thousands of years, when has been the best time to start a business? Simple question. Anyone? Now is the right time to start a business. And it's just so many reasons for that, right? There's so many technologies maturing at the same time. You have artificial intelligence being able to do things which it wasn't able to do before. You have biotechnology, you have IoT, you have so many new devices. There's just so many new technologies maturing at the same time, enabling us to do things we've never done before. And this has had an effect, right? Disruption is higher than ever. 65 years ago, if you became one of the biggest companies in the world, you would remain so for 50 years. If you came on the Fortune 500 list, you would remain there for 50 years. How long do you think companies are remaining there now? Anyone? Yeah, about 8 years, 12 years. 12 years. So literally the biggest companies in the world are only the biggest companies in the world now for 12 years. That is a lot of disruption which is happening, and that's what we've taken advantage of. The other thing that is happening is that you have this opportunity to really bring in top talent from a lot of different locations. And that is what we're doing in Antler. So in Antler, we're unlocking the power of the world's brightest minds. Literally, the people you see here later has been selected out of thousands of people who come in. We bring in great founders. We put together exceptional teams of co-founders who we then go deep on specific business models with, and then support with expert support to kind of start and build and scale their businesses. And you'll see 13 of these businesses later. So, you know, literally, Antler's mission is unlocking the power of the world's brightest minds. We had, you know, thousands of applicants for the 3 programs that we have had so far. We had 1 in Singapore. This is the first one, 2 starting now in January. 6,000 applicants in total. We selected 3% of them, and we invested in 1% of them. So the people coming now on stage are the 1%. They're really, really amazing. The 1% in the positive way. So look forward to seeing them. To support these startups, we have an amazing team. This is just some of them. Literally, we have about 50 now full-time staff in Antler. Everything from great entrepreneurs to people who are great business people to people who are deep technologists. We have about 200 global advisors who are supporting our startups. Everything from, you know, great academics like Larry Summers, who usually did Harvard before and was a Treasury Secretary in the US, to great business people like Dominic Barton, who was leading McKinsey for a decade, to amazing entrepreneurs. And some of them are here in the room. Some also Singaporean, like Aaron Tan, who built Caro, one of the biggest car marketplaces here, to, you know, Andreas Ehn, sitting here. He, take a bow, Andreas, take a bow. He's supporting the startups on product technology, and he was part of building this small startup called Spotify, which you probably all heard about. So it's tremendous to discuss a bit of product technology and technology architecture with him. And without these people, it wouldn't be possible to do what we're doing. So a lot of you are supporting us, and I really, really appreciate that. We are going global. So we are, of course, headquartered in Singapore, but we just launched the first program in Stockholm this week. And we are launching Amsterdam, London, East Africa, and Australia in May. And then we're launching San Francisco and New York in September. So really, this is an opportunity also for our current portfolio companies to utilize these resources to go global. So this is the beginning of a global journey. But enough about Antler. We are not here because of Antler, but because of the portfolio companies we're going to see. And what I want to say now is that you all have a responsibility by coming here. By coming here, we think you will either be an amazing investor in one of our portfolio companies, or that you will contribute to these companies in some other way. That's why you're here. So we really hope that you take the chance to, you know, listen in, of course, to all the pitches, but also meet them after. And if I can ask you now, very humbly, to just turn to the person next to you and give them a handshake. All right. Okay, that's a social contract that you will either invest in or contribute to one or more of our portfolio companies. You just made that contract now. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Social pressure works really, really well. So please, please, please do that when you see the portfolio companies later. Lastly, if you want to be one of the ones contributing to Antler, drop us an email at hello@antler.co. Thanks again for being here. Thank you so much to Enterprise Singapore for supporting us, to Google for hosting us, and of course, all of you who came here to see the startups. So I won't hold you longer. I'll hand it over now to Jussi Salvara, who is the managing partner for Southeast Asia. Thank you for coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Magnus. Next up, and then we can get to the main event, what you guys are all here for. My boss and your favorite, the funniest person I've ever met from Finland. Co-founder and managing director of Southeast Asia, Mr. Jussi Salvara.
everyone. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Hello, everyone. That's more like it. My name is Jussi, and I'm here in the envious spot of going after Mr. Comedian and the energy blast of Magnus, and before the main event of the evening. Luckily, I'm not a guy that gets scared easy, so here I am. I wanted to talk to you a bit about the journey the founders have been on so far. So what's taken us to this moment in time? So, like Magnus mentioned, we start with a rigorous recruiting process of having thousands of applicants, from which we select the top 3 top talents, okay? We then bring these top talents to a face-to-face program where in the first phase of 2 months, we focus on matching them into teams, working with them on a business idea or a business model. Then we make our investment decisions, and what follows is a 3-4 month company building phase. Then comes demo day, which, in case anyone was wondering, is today. Okay. So, I wanted to bring you to the first day of the program, July 3rd, last year. 65 founders came here. They represented 22 nationalities. We had honored speakers like Mr. Edwin Chow from Enterprise Singapore. And I think the founders look a bit scared, to be honest with you. But they should be. They're about to embark on a journey, the entrepreneurial journey, which is not easy. It has its ups and downs. It will be fulfilling, but it will not be easy. Okay? So what we do to help them is we start the program with a lot of activities designed to make the founders to get to know each other fast. So we have speed dating activities where everyone gets to talk to each other fast and gets to know each other. We have team building activities where you literally build things in a team, a stress test for what a working relationship could be like. One of the most important activities in the first phase, though, is what we call hackathons. So for us, hackathons are group activities where you work in a team to build something in a time-restricted period, and at the end of it, you pitch what you've done to a panel of judges publicly. And the purpose of these hackathons is both to get the founders working together, so you can figure out who you would like to work with and also who not, and also to teach them about important concepts early on in a startup. So we would have things like rapid prototyping, acquiring customers fast, getting customer feedback, iterating your product based on that feedback. So things that are critical in the early stages of building a product. And what we found out is that when you have conditions like this, you really tease out the true colors in every one of us. What we're like, how we like to work, etc. And the founders took it really seriously. Here are the winners of one hackathon. Look at how happy they look like. I don't know if it's just because the prizes were alcohol, but sadly, they did not end up building Rome, a personalized travel service. But luckily, 3 of them did build successful businesses, and you'll hear them pitch later today. We also had social activities, like this very serious coaching session I ran. And then we also had parties, and the road was tough. The road was tough, as you can see here. But it's also a test. So this guy, clearly not founder material. But he wasn't meant to be. He's an Antler super associate, so it's okay. Then guest speakers were a very important part of the program. So we brought renowned VCs, like in this picture, successful entrepreneurs, subject matter experts, for both inspiration and learning. So for example, VCs play a critical role in educating the founders on what does it take to build an investable business in Southeast Asia, but also for the founders to get feedback on their ideas. And then finally, we encourage teams to form very fast. We also encourage teams to break up really fast and have this iterative cycle. And some of the teams went through 5 or even 6 different iterations before landing at the team that then pitched to our investment committee. So these 65 founders that came in, they formed 29 teams, which pitched to our investment committee, and we made 13 investments. Now it's time to hear those 13 companies pitch. Final thing before we go there, I want to thank the founders. I want to thank the Antler team for the fantastic journey we've been on. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you in the room and the other rooms. Without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you for your support now, and thank you for your support in the future for making these companies amazing, as well as all the other companies we'll be building. Thank you. Tyler, take it away.
Didn't know Gasolina was going to play. All right. You know, that's a part of demo days, hearing everyone talk. Now it's over. We can finally get to what we're all here for, hearing the founders speak. The founders are standing right outside waiting to come on stage. Let them hear how excited you guys are for them to get out here. All right. Couple housekeeping items before we start. Number one, you guys have seen this slide a few times come up. We've made a demo day landing page. You can either type in this URL on your phone, or you can take a picture of the QR code. It will take you to the landing page for demo day. There, you can see all of the companies, a short description of what they're doing. If you click on their logo, they will, from the back green room, receive a notification that you would like to meet them either at the reception or follow up later this week or next week. So as they're on stage, you guys can vote or send information to who you would like to follow up with. I'll give you guys all a brief minute to get there. See a lot of phones. Okay, last housekeeping items. All of the founders have spent the last 5 months full-time working on what they're about to come out and present to all of you. As Magnus said, you guys have a responsibility as a crowd. So what I ask is that you silence your phones. What I ask is that you don't talk amongst yourselves when anyone is here on stage, no matter how exciting the companies are. And what I ask is that if you need to go to the restroom, and I know some of you will, because we had to replenish the bar at 4:45, that you wait until the intermission to step out. I'm totally fine with people moving around while I'm on stage, but it would really be a disservice to have that sort of distraction while the founders are up here sharing their vision. Okay? Thank you so much. Now, the first team that I'm going to bring out on stage is revolutionizing rental for both landlords and tenants. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Sophie Jokelson of Cove.
It's a warm-cooked meal around the table.
It's snuggled up on the sofa.
It's watching movies with my best friend.
It's having my friends over for drinks.
It's where I feel safe.
It's where I can be true to myself.
Home.
Tip.
Daheim.
Liebe.
Rumah.
Cut.
What does home mean to you? However we choose to define it, finding a home is one of the biggest emotional and financial decisions we ever make. And increasingly, all around the world, people are renting their homes rather than buying them. But despite the big growth in the sector, I think anybody here in this room who has any experience of home rental will tell you, home rental sucks, both for landlords and for tenants. And this is something the team at Cove understand really well, because collectively we've been tenants and landlords at over 30 properties around the world. So we decided it was time to fix this broken ecosystem. And we believe we can do that by bringing home rental into the sharing economy, creating an online marketplace that leverages technology, data, and design to create better investments for landlords and better homes for tenants. And with this idea in mind, Cove was born. We entered the market focusing on young professional flat sharers, and that's because these are the people that experience some of the biggest pain points in the market. Our business model involves leasing properties long-term from landlords and then subleasing them by the room to flat sharers on a flexible basis. But very crucially, in the middle of this equation, Cove intervenes by furnishing the properties, kitting them out, and providing a best-in-class property management service. What you're seeing on the screen on the demo behind me is our awesome new online listing platform. This allows our tenants to seamlessly browse and explore our properties and then book viewings online. Once they arrive in our properties, they instantly feel at home. Now, we've been incredibly focused on building a fantastic customer experience, both offline and online. We've spoken to hundreds of tenants, and we've been continuously iterating and improving our product. And this hard work has paid off. As you can see on the slide behind me, our tenants tell us that we're consistently exceeding their expectations. Renting with Cove is easy and convenient. Our homes are comfortable, and our tenants feel truly looked after. This great customer experience is translating to some phenomenal results. So we launched Cove 12 weeks ago. In that time, we've had over 1,000 people register for rooms on our website. We now have 50 rooms under management, all fully occupied. And this is translated already after 12 weeks into $1 million in annualized gross rental income. And the really impressive part is that we've done this with $0 of marketing spend. From this foundation, there is a huge market for us to capture. If we focus just on flat sharing in the big metropolises of Southeast Asia, Bangkok, KL, Jakarta, we can reach a total addressable market of $28 billion US. So with that in mind, we have been laser focused on building a highly replicable playbook. What this has allowed us to do is to onboard a 4-bedroom property from getting the keys to fully furnishing it, to conducting the viewings, to getting all 4 rooms fully booked in 24 hours. Now, that is in a market context where landlords often sit with vacant properties for up to 3 months. Based off this foundation, we have big ambitions this year. We aim to reach $11 million in gross rental income by December, and we have 3 key priorities to get there. The first is through our technology roadmap, improving efficiencies in our business and enhancing our customer experience. The second is geographic expansion. We plan to pilot in Jakarta, Bangkok, or KL. And finally, but very importantly, we aim to gradually switch our model from a lease and sublease model to a commission-based model. This allows us to be more asset-light and to scale faster. So we have the foundations to build a big and healthy business. But more importantly, we are the right team to do this job. Between us, we're all experienced entrepreneurs, and we've all grown and scaled businesses across different geographies, including here in Southeast Asia. Guillaume is previously a founder and CEO of an online marketplace. Luca is a serial entrepreneur who has extensive experience in product development, operations, and finance. And myself, I've spent the last 7 years growing some of the world's biggest billion-dollar consumer brands. We'll be complementing our experience with 2 strategic hires, a CTO and a locally based head of property acquisition. Our vision for Cove is to create better homes for 500,000 people across Southeast Asia by 2025. And what we're super excited about in this model is that our customers live within the Cove ecosystem. This means that we have more touch points with these people than almost any other tech business. The opportunities for further monetization through data analytics, auxiliary services, affiliate marketing are huge. We're raising $1.5 million US to help us achieve our vision and give us runway for the next 18 months. So to summarize, our vision is to provide better homes for 500,000 people across Southeast Asia. Already, in just 12 weeks of operations, we've reached $1 million in annual gross rental income. The market opportunity here is huge, at least $28 billion US. And we're asking for 1.5 million in investment to help us achieve our goals. So we invite all of you to join Cove and help more people to love where they live. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to discussing the opportunity with you further later today.
Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know I signed the lease. No, yeah, but it's just so much better. I have to go. I'm on stage. I'll call you later. Sorry about that. Just calling my landlord to let him know that I'm moving into a Cove apartment. This next team is making driving safer than it's ever been, first in Pakistan and then the rest of the world. Please help me introduce Ghaznfar Iqbal to present Auto Sahalat.
पातशाएं के नाम सुभाने ए बको यकी आवत खुदा जाने पातशाएं के नाम सुभाने.
Hello everyone. Imagine getting stranded with a vehicle breakdown requiring professional assistance. Now imagine happening that to you in Pakistan. Currently, there is no easy solution to get out of this problem. I know people personally that have dragged their bikes for miles just to get a basic flat tire issue fixed. As vehicle owners and drivers, we know that vehicle breakdown is a common issue and can be faced by anyone. Flat tire, battery trouble, or worse, can immobilize your vehicle, requiring for professional assistance. It's a troublesome experience for anyone who goes through it. In developed countries, like Singapore here, there are traffic cameras everywhere. One can contact repair services via emergency services or search on the web. But in emerging markets, such as Pakistan, it's not that simple. Emergency services do not have vehicle repair registered with them as of yet, and only a handful of services can be found on the web. So how do we address this problem? Auto Sahulat is the answer. Auto Sahulat is a platform that connects mechanics with drivers through website, mobile app, and a contact center to identify the nearest service provider based on features and user rating, contact them for roadside repair, or book appointments for other vehicle-related services. Let's talk about the market. It's a big market. 58% of the 21 million registered vehicles in Pakistan are more than 5 years old. Hence, they have a higher tendency of a breakdown. Now, if we just target this specific market with a mere 100 Pakistani rupees monthly subscription, which is less than $1, that accumulates to over 100 million in potential annual revenue. And this is just one model I'm talking about. The overall market size of vehicle repair and services just in Pakistan is above $2 billion US. What have we done so far? Well, in last 3 months that we have been active, we have partnered with over 100 workshops just in one city of Lahore to cater our customers. On business-to-business side, we have signed up with CarFirst, which is a leading used car selling platform, to provide repair work to their cars. CarFirst actually pushed us to get this platform running live as quickly as possible. Just last week, we signed up with Pepsi, having a fleet of over 20,000. Kareem, which is a leading Middle East ride-hailing company, is also in final talks with us. We are going to provide roadside assistance and maintenance to over 17,000 of their drivers, or as they call them, captains, in just one city of Lahore. Guard Filters, a leading spare part manufacturer company in Pakistan, is also interested to utilize our platform. Moreover, we have partnered with 2 of the leading NGOs to address the child labor issue in the automotive space. Currently, we are making money on business-to-business partnerships and advertisements. And since we are in the used car repair business, it's logical to transition to used car selling platform, which we are planning to do so later this year, among exploring other automotive verticals. Our solution is easily scalable to other emerging markets, such as Bangladesh, Myanmar, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka. As a team, we have 20 years of experience in product development, marketing, and sales. My name is Ghazanfar Iqbal. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. Mohsen Amjad is the Chief Executive Officer. And remember when I told you I know people personally who have dragged their bikes? Well, Mohsen is one of those people. He had to drag his bike for 4 kilometers with a 7-year-old daughter just to get a basic flat tire issue fixed. So we know this problem inside out. We have good people on our advisory board. Adam Daud, who co-founded Kemu and is now currently heading Yevo, which is a leading online retail marketplace, and Gohar Aftab, who is heading partnership division of Car First. Saad Ali, who is one of the 2 only licensed Formula 1000 racing driver, is representing our brand, and we have several affiliations with local and international companies. Our ask is for $750,000 US that is going to cover operations for 18 months, and we are incorporated in Singapore. We believe Auto Sahulat can empower societies by providing peace of mind to drivers, uplifting service providers in using digital technologies, empowering women to drive anywhere and everywhere without the fear of breakdown, and helping in eradicating child labor issue through automotive space. To sum it up, it's a large marketplace with growing number of customers, a solution which is easily scalable, not just in Pakistan, but other emerging markets, and has huge growth opportunities in B2B space. We would love to talk more about it in depth with you over our booth. Please join us. Thank you.
Hello? Hi, is this Auto Sahulat? Yeah. I'm actually emceeing demo day at Google right now, and my car's broken down on the side of the road. You can come pick me up? 5 minutes? Wow. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank God for Auto Sahulat. The next company I want to bring on stage is helping make confused robots smarter by having humans help them. Please help me welcome Michael Sayre, CEO and founder of Cognizant.
We've been hearing a lot in the press about how robotics is going to lead to a post-scarcity society, where machines do all the work and people can spend their time at the beach or playing video games. Sounds nice, right? Well, that's not going to happen, because there's a problem. Robots are universally bad at dealing with unpredictable scenarios and chaotic environments. A quick search in the news shows us many examples of this. Here we see a security robot that got lost and drove itself into a fountain. Below, we have a service robot that went rogue at a convention and injured somebody. Many of these examples are amusing, but some are tragic. The future of robotics is not defined by the videos you've seen on YouTube. It's defined by the outtakes. In industry, these problems are manifested as downtime. Downtime can cost anywhere between $500 per hour to $6,000 per minute. In some cases, these problems even jeopardize entire deployments. But Cognizant has the answer. Our software allows a confused robot to dial out to a human operator who can then see what the robot sees and control it in an intuitive way, then guiding it through the problem and then getting it back to normal operation. Our software is platform agnostic, so it works with any robot. We're not building any new hardware. This allows us to improve reliability, reduce downtime, and enable previously impossible applications. Here we can see our product in action. A robot is on its way to a destination, but it's blocked by a plastic bag. This generates an error, which creates a ticket in our system. This ticket has contextual information about the failure and allows our operator to connect to the robot and see the environment. Then she controls the robot through the problem, getting it back to normal operation, and then relinquishes control to the robot, moving on to the next ticket. With the age wave cresting and labor shortages in developed economies, the need for labor-saving solutions is increasingly urgent. So it's easy to understand why we've seen such strong growth in the robotics space, which ranges from 20 to 50% year on year. The addressable market for our product is expected to exceed $16 billion by the year 2022. Our revenue model is a bit like your mobile phone. For $200 to $600 per robot per month, you get 150 minutes of error handling time. We're also exploring flat year billing models, as well as an insurance style model where we cover any robot produced by an OEM for the lifetime of the robot. By eliminating downtime, this spend can easily result in savings in excess of $20,000 per robot per year. And we're very proud to announce we have a global contract with Savioke. Savioke is a Google Ventures-backed, Silicon Valley-based robotics OEM that operates in hotels and hospitals. After 2 months on our 3-month pilot program, Savioke cut the pilot short because they wanted to bring their whole fleet onto our service sooner. And they're not the only ones that have been impressed. Here we see testimonials from leaders in manufacturing robotics, service robotics, and warehouse robotics. And while Savioke is our first customer, we have more in the pipeline. We have LOIs and pilot applications from the likes of ABB, Konica Minolta, Blue Ocean Robotics, and Infinium. We're also negotiating with many more not pictured here. The latent demand for our product has been very exciting. And we're confident with our backgrounds that we can satisfy that demand. Alok will be leading our development of our intervention technology. He has a background in robotics, IoT, and communications protocols. Ruchit is leading our infrastructure and data strategies. He has a background in enterprise software development and data analytics. And I'll be leading product and business development. I have over 11 years of experience developing and deploying robotic systems. I've also started 2 profitable businesses and have 1 exit behind me. Our vision is to get robots out of the lab and into the wild, of sidewalks, warehouses, and hospitals. With our technology, physical boundaries are no longer a barrier to physical labor. Imagine being able to work in a foreign market during the day and put your children in bed at night. Cognizant is building this world. We're seeking $900,000 US for a 12-month runway, and this will allow us to add features to our product like latency handling, bandwidth management, expand our 24/7 teleoperation center, and prepare for global expansion into markets like United States, Japan, and Korea. Please come by our booth and play with the robots. If you're good, maybe you can work for us. But for a better opportunity, you should invest. Thank you.
Flashing signs, seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just...
All right, thank you so much, Michael. The Cognizant team, if you guys can hear me in the green room, if you guys could send me over an application to be a teleoperator. Definitely need a new job by tomorrow for all the bad jokes I'm telling on stage. This next team has a mission to help empower plus-size women through better-fitting clothing. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Joanna Wong of All Woman Co.
How
many of you have struggled to find your size when looking for fashion? That's quite a lot of people. I know I have, and so have millions of women across the world. Now, why does this problem exist? It exists because the fashion industry thinks that we all look like this. In fact, the fashion industry wants all women to look like this. I know because I've been in the fashion industry for the past 8 years and saw this day in and day out. However, the average woman looks much closer to this, with 2 in 3 women in the US considered plus size. Now, plus size women are fashionable and they want to spend money. However, they're completely underserved by the fashion industry, with only 17% of the fashion industry catering to their needs. All Woman Co. surveyed 500 plus size women. What we found was that poor fit was a #1 problem, with 80% saying that fit is a priority. 72% of women told us that they don't feel comfortable, body confident in swimwear, but a whopping 99% said that a perfectly fitted swimsuit would make them feel better about their bodies. And All Woman Co. is on a mission to do this. All Woman Co. is a fashion brand designed specifically for the body shapes and needs of plus-size women. Our mission is to inspire all women to feel comfortable and confident in their skin, regardless of body shape or size. So how do we do this? Sarah is one of our first customers. She has struggled for years to find swimwear that is flattering, supportive, and fits well. When she comes onto our site, she takes a short survey for us to understand her sizes, body shape, and her style preferences, such as whether or not she wants to cover her arms or her tummy, and which parts of her body she would rather accentuate. From there, we can personalize the experience for Sarah by choosing the best style and sizes for her within our range. The more times we interact with Sarah, the more data points we have about her, and therefore the more accurately we can provide a better fit. Over time, this becomes our IP. Our strategy is to develop a long-term relationship with our customers by understanding them better and more deeply than any other fashion brand, which translates into higher repeat purchases, higher basket size, and brand loyalty. This makes it easy for us to expand into other product categories, such as activewear, yoga wear, and lingerie, just to name a few. Now, this is a growing opportunity, with plus sizes growing at 4 times the rate of regular sizes, and is estimated to be worth $60 billion in the US alone by 2020. There are 84 million plus-size women in the US today. If we capture just 1% of our core demographic of women 20 to 34 years old, that would look like an ARR of $22 million. Again, just in the United States. So what have we achieved so far? To date, All Woman Co. has 3,500 women across the United States and Australia eager to get their hands on our product. Over half of these women have provided their body measurements and customer profiles, which means that we already have a very robust database of 1,800 unique body profiles to start from. We have 70 unpaid brand ambassadors, 14 of whom are influencers, and have already started sharing the word about our brand because they love our mission, even though we haven't launched yet. We have a highly engaged community who are 2 to 3 times more engaged than the industry average, which means that we have lower customer acquisition costs compared to other fashion brands. We're starting now with piloting our first swimwear styles in Australia this summer with a closed group of our most engaged customers. All of the styles you see are named after them. We plan to launch in the US by summer 2019, and by 2020, we will expand into other product categories and go into private label. Today, we're asking for $250,000 to pilot and launch in the United States. With this, we'll be cash flow positive by July 2019, have gross margins of 88%, and achieve $500,000 of ARR by December. We're the best team to do this, collectively with over 30 years of experience in the fashion industry. Nur, who is our head of community and marketing, struggles with this exact problem herself. She is an ex-founder and CMO, and most recently, VP at fashion startup Selleasy. B, who is our head of design, has over 20 years of experience designing for brands such as Victoria's Secret, Marks & Spencer, Debenhams, and Sears. And myself, 8 years of experience in women's wear buying, fashion design, as well as experience building consumer brands. We are a brand by women for women. And our mission is to empower all women, regardless of body shape or size, to feel comfortable and confident in their skin. Join us on this journey because all women deserve to feel beautiful. Please find us outside at our booth where we will have some samples and come and have a chat. Thank you.
What you want, show it what you need. My nuts run the game, we ain't never leave. Counting up this money, we ain't never sleep. You got V12, I got 12 V.
Right, fantastic. Amazing mission to empower plus-size women. And also for UC to finally find a swimsuit that gives him that coverage he's always been looking for.
Yeah.
Next up, making education more accessible than ever in the Philippines and beyond. Please help welcome Basil Davidco to the stage for Accredit.
My name is Jackie. My daughter is 15 and 17. I work housekeeper during the day and a massage therapist in the evening. I want my daughter to go to a good university, but currently I don't have enough savings for it. Bank don't give a loan for people like me. Only solution would be borrowing 5-6 like a loan sharks. So I want to have my kids to have a good education.
My name is Joyce Takayan. I love to read books and I'm really passionate about learning. I am also amazed of how the human body works. So I would like to study medicine at University of the Philippines and become a doctor. Considering the tuition fee, my parents, our family did not have enough money to send me to college.
Joyce and Jackie come from the Philippines. I come from Ukraine. Apparently no connection, besides the fact that exactly 18 years ago, my mother moved to Spain, leaving her job as professor of physics in Ukraine, in order to work as domestic worker to pay for education of her son. Fortunately, he was quite good in college, and after working for some years in consulting and technology, he ended up coming to the Philippines to work for a startup. If any of you have been there, it's a country of huge contrast. On the one hand, one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and with a population of more than 100 million people. But as you can see on this picture, this growth has been very unequal so far. Think that in the next 5 years' time in the Philippines, more than 8 million people will go to university. But actually, less than 1/3 of them will be able to graduate. And the reason for these guys to drop out of college, most cases, it's money. They just don't have the funds to pay for their education. In a country like Singapore or other developed parts of the world, if somebody doesn't have money, they would just go to a bank. But in a country like the Philippines, it's not quite possible, where 70% of people don't even have a bank account. And the standard solution for that would be to go to a loan shark, where people who give you money at so-called 5-6 terms, which means 20-30% interest monthly or weekly. There have been some unsecured lenders appearing in the last couple of years, but usually they focus on the most profitable, not so suitable for education payday products. So thinking that in most places in the world, education is something that is financed by the whole family, we had to come up with a solution that can really help the whole family unit to support these individuals to finance their education, right? So what we came up with is a bundled product of credit, insurance for protection, and a prepaid card for emergencies. Think that right now there are millions of people in a country like the Philippines or other part of Southeast Asia or other parts of the world who don't have money to pay for education, they are uninsured, and they don't even have $100 to pay for an emergency. Now, this all sounds great, giving money to students, But as most people know from financial services, that lending is actually very easy. The hard thing is to get the money back, right? So as most of you probably familiar, this is how traditional lenders would usually analyze an individual. They would give you an income, they would give you the money, and then they would debit your account for the repayment. But actually, this traditional approach is what creates this lending gap in a country like the Philippines, where 70% of people don't even have a bank account. So in our case, we have a different way of looking on our customers, where we add variables such as future income. The question is very simple. Do you think that somebody who's studying right now computer science in a top school in the Philippines, who's best of class, will earn income upon graduation? At the same time, we manage our risk on use of proceeds by transferring directly according to the use of funds, and for the repayment, we will do direct salary deduction. Now, how do we make money? We have recurring interest, we'll have a brokerage fee for insurance product, and we'll have a fee for the prepaid card. And most importantly, is that we will be feeding talent to employers who are actually eager to find talent. Now, lending business or financial services businesses are not actually so easy to go live. So after receiving the funding from Antler in September, we had like a huge long to-do list of things we needed to do before we actually could go live, right? This involves compliance, business development, involving customer acquisition as well as product offering. But last but not least, we have a capital requirements to fund our loan book. The point is that in the last 3 months' time, we got all of them ready. We have several universities signed. We have all the requirements for filing of the license. And we have partner bank and insurer who will be working with us in the Philippines. Naturally, we're a technology-powered business, so we also have our first model of the credit scoring, our loan management system, and our app is available right now in Google Store already. This would have not been possible without the support of Antler. But at the same time, we've been bringing in new investors and bringing on a strong advisory board of people who are experienced in financial services, capital markets, impact, and who also have the knowledge of a market like the Philippines. You can look on the slide yourself, but we think that we have the right experience in order to build this business in the Philippines. And we are humble enough to understand that we have certain areas of weaknesses, which we're right now working on in order to fill them up. Of course, bringing talent requires funding, right? So in our case, we believe that we need around $1 million, where actually most of these funds will have to be deployed for things such as lending license deposit, loan book, and we need additional funding for OPEX. In the last couple of months, we've been able to bring new funding after the Antler's investment. We are currently executing on additional funding, but we're still open for investment. So to recap this very quickly, we are at Accredit.ph team. We are off to an amazing journey of building a business that solves a problem for millions, but is really also it has a commercial opportunity. Come talk to us if you're interested.
What you need, shorty, what you want, I got what you need. Shorty, what you want, I got what you need. I'm all the way up, I'm all the way up.
Okay. Thank you, Vasil and team. So exciting to see companies that are out here not just pitching an investment opportunity, but showing how they're going to have a positive impact on the world. This next company wants to build the largest pipeline of top talent in India. Please welcome Himanshu Geed to present Eureka.
I'm all the way up. For my niggas with Bentley coupes and Rolexes. Kicked the bitch out the room and gave her no breakfast. Had to stash the jewels, these bitches so reckless. Keep on, so cruise, I'm looking naughty.
How much can you accomplish if you had an extra 82 hours? Now, before I come to this, let me set up some context by taking you to India. Last year has been good. In 2018, India became the second largest startup ecosystem in the world. 1,200 new startups only in 2018. That led to creation of 40,000 jobs in these high growth companies. Now, as these startups scale, they all come to face a problem. Ask any founder. Recruiting top talent is the biggest challenge for any high growth startup. This brings us to the original question around 82 hours. 82 hours is the time it takes for a startup to identify and hire a top quality candidate. The hiring funnel is just depressing. It's top heavy with very poor conversions at every stage. So for a startup looking to grow aggressively, these 82 hours multiply rapidly and translate into a huge opportunity cost that becomes a growth bottleneck. Hi, I'm Himanshu from Eureka, and we have an interesting solution to this problem. Eureka is a recruitment marketplace that provides a highly curated pipeline of top talent available for immediate interviews. So on Eureka, you can fill your most demanding role in just 2 weeks. Let me show you how. Eureka runs time-bound auctions where top curated candidates put themselves up for immediate interviews in front of hiring companies. So essentially, it's a tightly controlled marketplace where only the top-notch candidates and the most innovative companies meet each other in a time-bound manner. This effectively cuts time to hire by 60%, from 82 hours to around 32 hours. In comparison to traditional recruitment channels, interview conversion rates on Eureka are much higher, which leads to way faster hiring. This puts Eureka at a unique position in a cluttered market space. We are the first auction-based recruitment platform in India. By tightly controlling the quality of talent on the platform and significantly cutting down time to hire, we have been able to create a strong proposition at a very competitive rate. Now, our vision is simple. We want to build and control the biggest top talent pipeline in the country. In India, graduates from two groups of universities called IIT and IIM form the largest chunk of top talent. Basically, IIT and IIM are like Harvard and Princeton of India. Now, 4 months ago, we launched Eureka for IIT and IIM grads by giving a $30 ad on Facebook. We had no idea that it would go viral. In 48 hours, 100 candidates signed up. It just went crazy. People started referring other people. Our inbox got flooded with lots of messages, questions. In last 4 months, 2,300 candidates, all IIT IIM grads, have signed up on Eureka. These are top-notch candidates coming from big consulting firms, investment banks, private equity, big tech like Amazon, Uber, Google, traditional corporates like Procter & Gamble, Unilever. The candidate acquisition cost has been insanely low. It's $0.87, which is at least 20 times lower than the industry average. On the demand side, we hit our revenues 2 months ago by organizing our first auction. Currently, we have 6 employers, all post-Series B startups hiring for multiple roles on Eureka. All these clients are repeat customers, and we are also signing year-long contracts with some of them. Now, our business model is simple. Eureka is completely free for candidates. For every auction, a company pays $1,500 to $5,000 as participation fee and 8 to 10% of annual salary for a successful hire. Now, based on this revenue model and the size of the market, we should be able to achieve an ARR of $136 million in the next 5 years. This is us. We are a team of ex-entrepreneurs, techies, professionals coming from different backgrounds, bringing diverse experience from different industries. We are from IIT and IIM, so we understand our cohort really well. 4 months ago, we started this journey of building and developing the biggest Indian top talent pipeline for the world. In last 4 months, we have acquired 2,300 top-notch candidates and 6 awesome paying clients. Today, we want to raise a seed round of $800,000 to fuel this growth and scale this wonderful business. Reach out to us if you'd like to learn more about Eureka. We'd be happy to connect with you and discuss this further. Thank you so much.
Baila que no te he visto, pam, 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 pam. Porque tú eres lo que yo soñé. No perdamos el tiempo, pam, 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 pam. I need you. Hey, mama, hey, mama, hey, mama, hey.
Right. So remember, it was roughly week 3 of the cohort. Himanshu came to us. Didn't know what was really going on. They had a different idea. He said, it's not working. I don't really know what to do. But we're going to try this idea that we had a couple of days ago and see what happens. So came into the office the next day. He said, we put up a landing page and 200 IIT and IIM candidates signed up in the last 12 hours. What should we do? I said, get on a plane and go to India and build Eureka. This next company wouldn't be here if there were more women in the room. Raise your hand if you're a woman. 10, maybe 15%. These two co-founders are on a mission to help empower professional women through style. Please help welcome co-founders Anna and Laura to the stage to present Gardere.
Thank you.
You really only need to look around you here in this audience, and it's evident that the gender gap in the professional world is still existing. Women need to be empowered. But how? 85% of our communication is nonverbal, majorly affected by our appearance. The way we dress has a great effect on our appearance. It affects how we feel and perform ourselves and how we're perceived by others. But surprisingly, ambitious women across the world currently struggle to find the right clothing that suits their career and their personality. Why? Because firstly, the market is highly fragmented. Secondly, there's a lack of orientation and guidance to find business wear among leisure clothes. And thirdly, there's no directly shoppable inspiration. With Gardere, we're finally solving this problem. We're creating the first specialized marketplace that guides women to the best business fashion. With us, shopping for business wear is finally easy, fun, and fast. How? Well, we put all relevant products in one place. We have a highly personalized offer catered to the specific needs of each woman, and we have adequate and directly shoppable inspiration. And with our very lean marketplace model, we neither need to purchase or hold the inventory, nor do we need to handle the fulfillment. And still, we can charge up to 30% commission per sale. And when we talk about business fashion, we don't only mean formal business wear, but really anything a woman wears to work that is not either super casual or a uniform. And when you look at our entry market, Germany, already online, it accounts for $1.2 billion US. And as you all know here, the online market for fashion is already growing, but we're also talking about a significantly growing target group of professional women, thanks to female empowerment finally being a global movement. And the numbers you see on this slide are for fashion only. We see great potential in going into adjacent product categories that also have the power to empower women through style.
Having started with business fashion in Germany, we have already achieved a lot. Without any marketing spend, zero, we had more than 4,000 visitors on our site in November, the last completely closed month, and an average basket size of $150 US. On the seller side, we have 60 brands actively integrated, access to more than 2.5 million products, and more brands waiting to be onboarded. So, how do we make sure that those numbers become really big? Well, first of all, with the right team. Both Anna and I are part of the target group and thus have unique customer insights as well as direct access to our customers. We bring in relevant experience in helping others build new businesses, in developing and executing marketing strategies, and in advising fashion retail companies. And we have great support from our advisors, Walid and Magnus, in the fields of technology and strategy. Plus, currently from 2 interns and 3 freelancers for marketing and product. But we don't only have the right team. We also have the right business model to fully leverage our lucrative target group on a global scale. We are constantly developing our marketplace platform. We'll optimize its infrastructure, add personalization, and utilize our rich data also by applying machine learning. After our entry market, Germany, we'll expand to the other most promising markets in Europe before going to North America. And as Anna mentioned, we'll expand to categories beyond fashion, like luggage, beauty, career events. We'll further seize the big potential of B2B services, such as providing an advertisement platform and of verticalization by integrating private labels. With these growth plans, already in year 3, we will reach an estimated GMV of $43 million, generated by around 150,000 customers and leading to an estimated revenue of $10 million. So, in order to reach those numbers, we are now raising $1.5 million that will primarily finance our product development and marketing. We already have a committed CTO candidate plus team. We have the setup for paid marketing and PR. We know how to create content marketing and build cooperations with multipliers. We want every woman to be confident at work, even in a meeting room full of testosterone. We want every woman to show her skills to the world. She's got the brains, we've got her outfit. Men and women, join us on that mission. Thank you.
Flashing signs, seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing.
I actually got a little more fashionable just walking past those girls on the way back up to the stage. I felt self-conscious, so I put my jacket on. This next team is here to show you how buying a motorbike in Indonesia will be easier than ever. More transparent, more trustworthy, and better prices. And most importantly, we'll show you how to keep bananas out of your engine block. Please help welcome to the stage Ranga Prasadya to present Motoron.
Everything that kills me makes me feel alive.
Hello everyone. Imagine you spend 3 months of your salary to buy used motorcycle, and a month after is completely broken. That sucks, right? But no worries, we are Motoron. We are here to prevent this happen to you. Indonesia has over more than 110 million unit motorcycle population in 2017. More amazingly, transaction only for used motorcycle is 18 million units per year. If average motorcycle price is $1,000, this is 18 billion market size. But unfortunately, this huge market is faced a high risk of being scammed. Even my co-founder himself, he bought motorcycle online, month after it's broken. Do you know what happened? He find out the seller put the banana fruit into the engine. It's crazy, but it's commonly done in Indonesia to giving a better sound engine for temporarily, but it will broken after. When we Google, it's a lot happen in other people. Fraud in used motorcycle, not only in motorcycle condition, but in price and fake document as well. It leads to inefficiency where buyer now have to really careful in selecting and purchasing used motorcycle. And the other side, the seller complaining about it's hard to sell. It's because the problem that I mentioned before, it's trust issue. And sometimes dealer also perceived as a high price and no addition value at all. The internal process is also inefficient because currently they manage multiple leasing process and document by themselves. That's why Motoron's here. We want to become trusted used motorcycle marketplace where everyone can buy and sell, secure, easy, and convenience. What we do exactly? We giving motorcycle inspection and price analyzing to giving literally transparency to the buyer. We giving grade A, B, A plus, A and B. Even we giving warranty for grade above B. We are on website and mobile platform. We want to become a smartphone. We want to become platform where everyone can sell and refer the motorcycle to other people, and they will get incentive. Imagine like sales Gojek driver, but for sales agent. And buyer can choose whatever leasing payment they like, and they will enjoying after sales partner. So buy in Motoron same like buying a new motorcycle. With this solution, buyer now no need to worry in buying used motorcycle. He finally buy the motorcycle with convenience and hassle-free. The seller side, it means more walk-in customer, more conversion, and then improve their income. And all the process is hassle-free. Here's our product look like. We start Motoron in September 17. In only 2 months, we released our first Android app to the market, and the feedback was amazing. As today, we already create several critical partnerships. Now we have 144 used dealer partner, 3 leasing partner, 1 trade-in partner, and 1 workshop partner that already have 200 brands over Indonesia. Regarding traction, we significantly grow. As today, we have 3,600 registered user, 380 order. The value of this order is $400,000 US. And remember, this is only for 2 months and 3 months since we launched. Our revenue stream is pretty straightforward. We get commission in each transaction, and if user paid by leasing, we get another leasing. We will monetize this properly in early February. Next 3 months, we will exploring how we increase our margin. We can buy low the leasing reposition on it, which we get an early access from our leasing partner to buy the motorcycle. Trade-in integrated, so we can make it seamless, the trade-in, and transaction between the region, because Jakarta and Bali have huge price difference, and we want to utilize those transactions. We are right team to execute this. Both of us, four of us is complement each other. We are different skill set. Me and my co-founder is automotive background. We are from Astra International, the biggest automotive company in Indonesia. Myself, be head of product in Gojek and head of product in Awan Tunai, fintech lending. Faris in operation. We have Mutia sales marketing. We have strong technical team as well. Bahri is my technical lead in Gojek. And we have strong advisory team as well. We're raising $700,000 USD for 18-month runway. We want to create proper team and operate in 10 cities over Indonesia. We want to create robust platform, and we aim to have positive cash flow in the end of year 2. So to sum up, Motoron is ecosystem solution for used motorcycle. If you're interested to help us saving people from being scammed, come talk to our booth. Thanks a lot.
Nothing can stop us tonight. When I walk it with you, I was the whole world
Did you know you can become a professional video game player? And you don't even have to go to university. I went to university for 4 years. The best job I could get is standing up here entertaining you guys all night. They didn't even let me do a speech at the beginning. Here to show you the future of esports, coaching, and going professional. Please help welcome to the stage Mr. Anik Islam of Jududo.
But how? And the answer to that question is Jududo. Hi everyone, I'm Anik, one of the co-founders of Jududo, a personalized esports coaching platform. Competitive gaming or esports has reached the next level with tournament prize pools and viewership comparable to the likes of NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. The guys you see on the screen, they have won $11.2 million in an esports tournament. Now, these are guys in their late teens or early 20s who have become millionaires overnight with huge social media fan following. So there's this natural aspiration amongst gamers who want to follow their esports idols, who want to get better at gaming. Or they just want to beat their friends for the bragging right. But there isn't a clear and efficient path to getting better at gaming. A casual gamer uses YouTube, paid Twitch subscriptions, or paying coaches over forums as resources to improve. But these resources are often not updated, not personalized, plagued with scammers, and are painfully inefficient to translate into actual gaming. So, enter Jududo, an esports coaching platform that aims to personalize the learning journey through one-on-one coaching, structured video lessons, and amateur leagues and tournaments. Let's deep dive into how we personalize the learning journey of gamers. Our primary offering is one-on-one coaching, where a coach, usually a highly skilled player, walks through different aspects of the game with the student. All our coaches have been vetted by us. We take a 12.5% commission from the coach's side after each transaction, and there's a monthly subscription also available. Next, we have structured video lessons hosted on the Jududo website itself that students can follow along for a small subscription fee. Imagine a Udacity, but for gaming. And lastly, we hold amateur leagues and tournaments for Jududo students to take part in and test their newly learned skills. And the response from gamers so far has been amazing. So far, we have had more than 3,000 signups on the website, maintaining more than 50% week-over-week growth. With more than 30 coaches already on the platform, we have completed more than 200 coaching sessions. We have recently started hosting structured video lessons, and we have even held our first Jududo amateur tournament. And all of that in just 9 weeks since our launch. And the support from our early adopters, both coaches and students, has been fantastic. But why Jududo? As you can see, all our competitors, including us, are early-stage startups. We're a global platform for day one, but we have a very strong focus in Southeast Asia. And since we're the first platform of its kind in Southeast Asia, we have a clear first-mover advantage. Our key offerings and our localization efforts through language options and local coaches make our platform a lot more well-rounded. Let's talk about the gaming market. With over 2.2 billion gamers across the world, gaming revenue has surpassed every other entertainment media. Our target market, Southeast Asia, has more than 140 million gamers. You can see the gaming population split on the map. To show you the extent of the revenue opportunity, let's do a simple calculation. If we manage to get 10% of these gamers just go through one coaching session with us, we are talking about a revenue opportunity of $210 million, and that's just in Southeast Asia. And to go after that, we will build a proprietary coaching platform and an app to support mobile game coaching, hire the right team, and expand across Southeast Asia. And I believe I know the best team to lead that. 3 guys with vastly different experiences in areas such as marketing and finance, edtech, robotics, all brought together by one passion, gaming. And we have the huge honor of being advised by Mr. Alan Hellawell. Alan was the Chief Strategy Officer of C Group, which is the parent group of Garena, the largest gaming company in Southeast Asia. We are raising $1 million for our seed round to grow our team, to build the premier learning platform for gaming and esports. So, we are Jududo, a personalized esports coaching platform. We have had an amazing response from gamers. In just 9 weeks of operation, we are going after a massive market, and we are raising $1 million. So come, talk to us, and let's ride this exciting new wave of gaming and esports. Thank you.
Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. We out here tripping with finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here tripping with finesse. You know.
Thanks, Sonic. This next team is here to help you unleash your kitchen, to bring dining at home back as a luxury that we can all enjoy once again. Please help welcome to the stage founder and CEO Xin Fang of Yoripe.
You know it, you know it. Fellas, grab your ladies if your lady.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Xin Yan, and I'm very excited to unleash your kitchen.
In Asia, 8 out of 10 prefers to eat at home, and 9 aspire to be better cook. Then why has dining out become the default? Well, because we work more and more. Unlike our grandparents' days when dining out was a luxury, now dining at home has become one. Our team couldn't agree more. We're ex-bank employee, MBA graduate, and startup employee number 1. For convenience, we eat out all the time, but we're unhappy, so we're here to change that. To start, we talk with families, schedule their grocery shopping, visit their homes. I want to share 2 personal stories with you today. Meet Caroline. She's a new mom and wants to cook at least 3 times a week for her family. However, she's inexperienced and feels helpless to integrate cooking to fit her busy schedule. This is Gina. She was recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You may have family or friends like her who struggles to adopt and maintain a new diet. They are not alone. We observe that more and more people in the region are Googling recipes, watching cooking videos, and searching about specific diets. But only 3 out of 10 are satisfied with current tools because they waste precious times browsing recipes across multiple websites, not able to customize any, and even if they use a cooking app, there's little high-quality Asian content. So, to solve all this, we introduce Yoripe, a one-stop cooking and grocery assistance for Asia. It's easy, it's healthy, it's personalized for you. How does it work? The personalized assistant is on your phone. It will ask you, do you have any health goal? What is your dietary preference or allergy? How about your cooking level? With all these informations, it will bring you the perfect recipes that you would like, suits your mood, and you can make. Once you're in the recipes, you can customize any ingredient that you want before transforming them to a shopping list. That you can use it to order online or buy it in store. To start cooking, simply open the save recipe in your profile and follow the step-by-step guideline. It's so easy. Ta-da! Even husbands can cook. Joking aside, the point is that the fragmented process of meal planning, making shopping lists, and doing groceries can now be done in just a few clicks. We crack the customization by combining domain know-how and the data science tools. Think how good Spotify is at anticipating your music playlist. We do that for cooking. Of course, Spotify has a huge market for music. Our market is not small neither. In Asia alone, excluding China, we are looking at a 6 billion fast-growing market. And US and it's untapped. Why? Because cooking and grocery apps in US and Europe cannot compete with us. We are the only one with the local content, local promotions, and local supermarkets. We have an interesting business model. By offering the personalized app free to a large number of users, we become the advertising platform the FMCG and grocers dream of. I know that because I used to promote products in supermarkets across Southeast Asia. Instead of spending billions of dollars on newspaper ads and social media, brands and stores can now influence consumers' purchasing decisions throughout their grocery journey. Unilever Singapore tells us our platform highly supports a data-driven marketing approach, and Mars told us they're looking for such a platform, but it does not exist today. And this is just the beginning. It's the perfect timing to ride on a direct-to-consumer wave. We help brands and firms to go digital, go direct with a ready mobile platform and user base. D2C is the future, and we will empower it. Our users are growing every day. In the past month, our MVP in Singapore has seen 122% growth in the monthly active users, while reducing the user acquisition cost by half. We also onboarded customers and partners across grocer, FMCG, recipe partner, and nutrition experts. We are now raising $500,000 to grow faster. With 2 launches in the pipeline, we will attain 100,000 users, 90 stores and brands in year 1. In 2020, we will raise Series A and expand to Malaysia. We are supported by advisors from ex-Raymart, ex-Unilever, hands-on tech advisors, and serial entrepreneurs. So join us on this meaningful and rewarding journey as we bring happiness to easy and personalized cooking. Thank you.
singing, we will rock you. We will rock you.
Thank you, Sun Yun. Maybe I'll finally be able to find a wife. Have you ever wondered if that candidate you're interviewing actually went to Harvard? Or just wanted to know quickly and efficiently if the person that you're thinking about hiring did a good job in their last workplace? Here to show you how data and automation is going to change the way that companies screen and hire candidates. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Siddhar Kumar to present Robin.
A big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Siddharth. I'm going to talk about Robin to you today. Robin is about people, and when it comes to people, trust is paramount. The news you saw earlier is because 46% of CVs have some kind of false information. A lot of students claim they will lie to get a job of their dreams. Hence, a lot of hiring managers complain that the misinformation on the CVs misleads them to make bad hiring decisions. When you make bad hiring decisions, of course, the impact to business is only one, all the way negative. And hence, companies perform what's also called background screening. But today's background screening process has a few problems. It's manual, duplicative, and hence very costly and time-consuming. And worst of all, the reports only touch the surface. They're very superficial. With Robin, we're going to change that. We are automating the whole process. We are streamlining the whole process. We are making it faster and affordable, and we inject intelligence in the whole process to give you reports that are insightful. And here is how we do it. Hiring organizations initiate the process. We go to the candidate to get the CV and consent, and we do the rest. I can't wait to show you what our first product looks like. And here it is. Here is a report on a candidate, Jenny Lim, who has applied for a role of financial planning and analysis in a certain organization. Robin gives you a brief executive summary on the candidate. On one side of the report, you can see verified credentials, be it academic or work, even a professional certifications like ACCA in this instance. On the other side of the report, you can see the past employers and referees Robin engaged to get qualitative insights on the candidate. Robin reports can tell you how much or how well these referees know Jenny, whether Jenny is a person who prefers structure or is more comfortable with ambiguity and changing priorities. We acknowledge that all roles have some kind of specific skill set requirements. Robin not only gives you an average score on Jenny, but we give you a perspective by showing you an industry average. In a nutshell, our clients get 70 over data points on a candidate report. And Jenny does not need to worry about her personal data because we are GDPR compliant. And this is exactly how we differentiate ourselves from our competition. Automation allows us to be faster, yet affordable, and be insightful. It is this product that has enabled us to get 4 pilot customers in the last 9 weeks on top of 8 LOIs. An education loan company wants to collaborate with us. I'll come back to that in a minute. Capgemini Innovation Arm has told us they can introduce us to their clients who are looking for HR transformation. And we are talking to a Singapore platform that will have pre-verified credentials of all Singapore students. Robert Walters is trialing us, and I'm super excited for the 3 demos that are coming up in the next 2 weeks, with really large organizations, each organization with 150,000 employees. Our early customers are telling us the platform is intuitive, is easy to use, and the reports are very useful. We are members with National Association of Professional Background Screeners, a hygiene industry standard which every big boy on the street has. We are very thankful for the support we have from Enterprise Singapore, Intuitive, and of course, our very own Antler. We charge our users pay per use, and we have subscription models based on the volume of hiring needs of our clients. The global market has more than 100,000 companies with more than 500 employees. The background market alone, background screening market alone, is worth $5 billion. Robin is beyond that. The recruitment industry is worth $200 billion. The markets we are focusing for the next 2 years are Singapore, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Malaysia, with over 17,000 companies. 1% penetration in this market, in these markets, can give us $8 million in revenue. What we do today, we are laser focused on. We are focused on the hiring industry today. But as an aside, I took loan from Prodigy Finance to fund my INSEAD MBA. They had to verify my past credentials. Robin can service them in future. Ministries that issue employment passes to foreigners coming to their countries, they need to verify credentials. Robin can service them in future. The future opportunities are endless. We are the team to do this. Adi, my co-founder, has 10 years of startup experience. He strongly believes coding speaks louder than words. I have spent 14 years in international banking. In the next 12 months, we are focused on further building down our product. We want to leverage on the data that we gather, and we want to write our proprietary algorithms. We are building our own performance management module, and we are integrating with other partner platforms. The ask is $700,000 US to grow our team and to penetrate the markets of Singapore and Indonesia. We will be cash flow positive in year 2. To summarize, Robin is the most dependable, the most intelligent background screening software. The global market is huge, over $5 billion. We have traction of 12 pilot clients or LOIs in place. We are raising $700,000 in an equity round. 1% penetration in our target markets gives us $8 million. Before I end, I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and I warmly welcome you to our booth to look at our reports, to look at our product, better still, to discuss a very lucrative investment opportunity. Thank you very much.
To you, there's no crime. Let's take both of our souls and intertwine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 teams left to present. This next team puts the hustle inside hustle. They are changing the way work is done by individuals and companies in Indonesia. Please help welcome to the stage Ghana Muhammad to present Sampingan.
Industry, you gotta take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will.
Good afternoon. My name is Ghana, and I'm the co-founder of Sampingan. Today, I will share on how we are revolutionizing the Indonesian workforce. Currently, over 30% of the entire Indonesian workforce, or 40 million people, are underemployed. These underemployed individuals are working for less than 35 hours per week, earning less income than before. So the question is, how can these individuals can earn more income for their families, and at the same time, how can a business can fully utilize this massive number of workforce that Indonesia have? Enter Sampingan. We connect businesses with a network of selected and trained freelance agents to complete a task via
pay-per-performance model. Business can simply submit the task details. We select and train the agents to complete the task through our app, and the agents will receive a commission out of each completed and validated task. In a just short few months, we have grown to 3,000 agents, scaled to 25 cities across the nations with 0 physical presence. Completing a multiple tasks from selling POS and financial product directly to SMEs, acquiring drivers and service provider for on-demand services, and even executing a real-time on-the-ground data collections. All of this is for some of the biggest companies in Indonesia. In total, our agents have completed more than 40,000 tasks, generating over $80,000 in GMV. We have achieved this by creating a proprietary job management system, implementing a mix of online and offline trainings, and having an extensive fraud screening process. This allows us to scale quickly, deliver high-quality outputs, and still manage to keep the low costs in the process. Our strong team have various background and expertise and experience in building and growing on-demand services and managing a massive number of manpower in Indonesia. Together, with the recent funding and the support from Antler and the Golden Gate Ventures, we are aiming a massive 2019, in which we will focus on increasing our agent network even further, creating a better user experience in our app for our agents, and introducing more value-adding business unit that companies can utilize for. So thank you so much for your time. Please do come over to our booth. We love to share more on how we are revolutionizing the Indonesian workforce. Thank you.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. You have made it to the final presentation. I have good news for you. All those nerds that left early aren't going to get invited to the after party. The next founder has the hardest job of the night. He's presenting last as the anchor. So please give him a very, very warm welcome to the stage. His company is changing the way brands and consumers interact with live video. The founder coming on the stage right now built the fastest growing app in all of Southeast Asia last year. Please welcome Gardere Vindval, founder and CEO of Kearney Studios.
Great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above.
Hello. Thank you for still staying here. I'll wrap this up today so we can have
Guys,
some
can I have all of you come over
beer
here?
In the in the bar and not over there. Okay, 10 months ago, we launched an interactive game show app in Thailand, a low latency app in Thailand. It's adaptation of Do You Want to Be a Millionaire? You play 2 times a day. It's a live host, 12 questions. And if you have all the questions right in 15 minutes, you will share the prize pool with some other winners. It went viral after a few weeks. We became not only the fastest growing app in Thailand ever, we became the fastest growing app out of Southeast Asia 2018, according to Apple. 2 million users. We acquired 2 million users in less than 10 months. This was all organic, not any paid marketing at all. It was all in Thailand. Our retention rate is 40% day 30. It's extremely sticky. That's a day-to-day retention. So what happened next was traditional TV and media companies came and asked to partner up. We were a little bit skeptic in the beginning, but I guess the reason was they've been losing out to big tech companies for the last decade, losing to Google, to Netflix, to Facebook. So they're looking for revenues, and they saw an opportunity in building revenues and monetizing on our platform with their current IP and content. So we decided, let's do Pania as a service, a B2B platform where we deliver a white label solution and an SDK, making sure that we can focus on what we are best at, technology, and they can focus on what they are good at, content. They create the content, they distribute in their distribution channels, big TV, wherever, and they also monetize with their existing sales force and their existing sponsorships. We want to build the best tool for low latency shows. It doesn't need to be game shows. It could be reality shows. It could be talent shows, e-sport, sport, whatever. This is a completely new media format, and we are very excited about what we can do in the future. It's never been done before. So projected revenues 2019, $6 million USD. That is based on our current traction in Thailand, but also based on the size of our pipeline and the size of the clients in the pipeline. We're currently talking to big media, gaming, and telco, while next phase, we will start to talk to more seasoned startups, corporate, especially those with loyalty programs, while in the end, we will open up the platform for more or less anyone with the audience. This month, we're launching in Hong Kong and Macau. We're doing that with an amazing gaming company there. We are in the process of doing legal work with the JV in Thailand, the biggest TV and media company there. We also signed an NDA just before Christmas with biggest TV and media in Malaysia, Indonesia, and currently also in late state talk with Singapore, Scandinavia, big gaming company in San Francisco, and as of today, New Zealand. We are a very experienced team. Me and Jacob has known each other for 8 years. We both have some exits on our track record. We have a great and strong global network in both tech, media, and gaming. With our current advisor and investors, on top of course, Antler, we can open any door, we believe, to build this into a billion-dollar company. Our current raise, we're looking for $2 million USD. We closed 730K rolling seed in 2018, and are just opening now to close the Series A this year to scale our technology in Bangkok, also build up our business headquarters in Singapore. So the question of tonight, do you want to be a millionaire? If you have the questions correct, please come and see me afterwards. Thank you.
And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Really sorry about the technical difficulties we keep having. Some jerk keeps forgetting to turn his mic off backstage. We made it. One more round of applause for all the teams tonight. To wrap up, and I'll be quick, I want to make a few thank yous. First, I want to thank Google for having us. And there's one person in particular that I want to thank. For all of you that wandered into some area you weren't supposed to go into, or who showed up without an RSVP tonight, she got an email for each and every single time that happened. She's been working with us 24/7 for the last 4 days to make this work. And she has Google on top of her whenever any of us do something wrong. I want to give a big round of applause and a big thank you to Miss Esti for making tonight possible. so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Nestle, hopefully tomorrow John will give you some time to clear through all the notifications that you got from all of these guests wandering around. Next, I want to thank Enterprise Singapore, not only for making Antler possible, but for supporting the ecosystem here in Singapore in the way they do. Round of applause for Enterprise Singapore. All right, so logistics. Demo day page, any teams that you'd like to follow up. The reception is now fully going. There is food and drinks being served. If you will calmly file out of that door, you can go to the reception. The after party will start at 9:30 at a bar called Hairy Canary. Hairy as in hair, canary as in the bird. If you type that in, the address will be on Grab. We look forward to seeing all of you there at 9:30. And thank you so much. Good night, everybody.